Hello and thanks again for joining me for another episode of The Planet Crafter. A bit of a different episode this time, seeing as we've covered pretty much everything there is to cover in the game. So we are now here as a tourist. We've just arrived to the spaceport and we are going to go and check out the newest tourist attraction on this planet. So we'll go check ourselves into our luxury suite. We have the, we'll take the penthouse where we have great ocean views here. We can just sit here and watch the sunset. We have our comfy bed here where we can watch documentaries. But seen all this in our previous episode. So now that we've checked in, and we can take a look at how high up we are here. This is the crater area, and at least half of those are filled with fusion energy reactors. So now we are going to go and check out the main attraction, a new visitor center. And here we are. Got a visitor information desk. Can check out a map of the whole planet. We have genuine souvenirs. We have novelty packet food. We have water. We have information screens. We have local farm produce. We have 100% not beef ingredients used in the local cuisine. So if you're hungry, you can stop and grab a bite to eat. Grab yourself some cake, some baked beans. Grab yourself some fish soup, cookies or croissants. But now for the main attraction, the Museum of Everything. Through here, of course, we have genuine artifacts, one of each type. Over here, we have all of the minerals, raw and refined. So we have the iron, we have the titanium, the silicon, we have the magnesium, cobalt, we have ice, we have iridium, sulfur, uranium, osmium, zeolite, and aluminum or aluminium. Over here we have the refined versions, being the super alloy and the super alloy rod, osmium rod, the pulsar quartz, we have the iridium rod, and we have the uranium rod. So there are the core minerals, and we are in the same building. That is our penthouse suite up there. That is the single suite. Check those out in the previous video. That is the big waterfall area, though we can't see the waterfall from here. But over here we now have our tech. We have Terra tokens. Well, I don't know if bioplastic is technically tech, but I had nowhere else to put it, so that went in here. We've got our circuit boards, got our tier 1 drones, our fusion energy cell, our tier 2 drones, and the drones are hovering up through the wall. Over here, so this is our tech and our tools section. Over here we have our blueprint microchip, and we have our construction menus. We have all of our construction and deconstruction tools and our compass. Over here we have our chips for our torches and our mining equipment. from tier 1 to tier 4. Moving along, we have basic survival equipment here. So for our oxygen, we've got our air filter, got our oxygen capsule, got our T1, our T2, our T3, and our T4 oxygen tank. And over here, we have our water filter. We have our backpacks from T1, T2, T3, T4, and T5 backpacks. Basic survival equipment for going it on foot on the planet. Over here we have our augmented strength and mobility equipment. So we have our exoskeleton 1, our exoskeleton 2 and 3. We have our agility boots 1, 2 and 3. And for those that are a bit more adventurous, we have the jetpacks 1, 2, 3. We have some explosive powder. Of course, we've got a rocket statue and a rocket engine here. So there is all of our strength and mobility equipment. And we'll just have a drink and check out the view from here. So that is actually the starting location over there where the graphics are all a bit glitchy. Around here, we're now getting into gases, fertilizers and flowers. So here we've got the T1 and the T2 fertilizer. We've got the methane and the nitrogen cartridges. We've got the seed lerma and the seed shanger. And the rest of the flowers here. So we have the pastera, the nulna, the tusca, the arama, the volnus, and of course the golden seed. So there are the flowers. Moving along, we have our biological samples. Over here, we have the mutagen. We have bacteria sample. We've got the T2, the T3, and the T4 mutagen. And we've got some algae. So there is that stuff. And over here, we have a plankton A, a plankton B, and our plankton C. And we also have some fabric, some silk, and some smart fabric. Moving on, we now have all of the trees. We have some tree bark. We have the linfolia. We have the soleus. We have the itera. We have the elatus and the cernia. On this side, we have the elegay. We have the humalora, the pleom, the amora, the chirox, and the rosé. So those are the types of trees we'll find on this planet. Over here, we have farm seeds. We have the cocoa, the wheat seeds, the beans, mushrooms, squash, and eggplant seeds. Here we have the produce that comes from those seeds. So we have the cocoa, the wheat, the beans, the mushrooms, the squash, and of course the eggplant. So there is our local farm produce. Moving along here, we have foods now. Of course, we've got the standard boring old standard issue space food. We have the high quality food that we lived on for quite a long time. We have some flour, we have water. Of course, we've got a little landing pod effigy there. We've got some honey. over here we have cake. We have our honey cooked beans. We've got fish soup, chocolate, croissant, and of course a cookie. So there is the food available on this planet. Moving along now, we have insect and butterfly larva. If you would like to see the butterflies flying around and also up in the butterfly display, then check out my previous episode for obtaining all of the butterflies and take a trip to the butterfly sanctuary. That'll cost you a few extra Terra tokens. It's not part of this museum, it's more of a living display. But here we have the common larva. We have the uncommon larva. We have the rare larva, the silkworm, the bee, and the filaria, which is obtained through the trade rocket. On this side, we have the empalio, the azure, the liani, the galaxy, the abstraeus, and the panga. And moving along, we have the chevron, the fensei, the amel, the imeo, the lux, and the nere. Finally, over this side, we have the lorpin. We have the fiorente, the albin, the futura, the serena, and of course the golden larva. So there is all the insects and butterfly larva. Moving around here now, we now have all of the fish eggs. Once again, if you'd like to see a living display and of course all of the fish up on display racks, then please check out the previous episode and take a tour of the of my fish sanctuary. But here we have all of the eggs, the provios, the vilnus, the guerrero, the crom, the yulani, and the tegere. And over here we have the alera, the ikaru, the buyu, the tilu, the velkia, and of course the golden fish eggs. And on this side we have the frogs. Once again, for a few extra Terra tokens you can take a tour of the froggy facility, which will show you a live display of the frogs. But here we have all of the eggs from the generic, the Huli eggs, the Feliciana eggs, the Strabo eggs, the Traju, the Aeolus, and to finish it off, we have the Aphae, we have the Silus, we have the Amado, the Kenjos, and of course the golden frog eggs. And that concludes the tour of the Museum of Everything. So that is pretty much about everything in the game. I don't think I've missed anything. Anything that you can actually hold in your inventory can be put in these display racks. But if I have missed something that I haven't got in one of those racks, please leave me a comment and let me know. But until there's another update, we don't really have much more to cover in this game. I may do a couple of separate tips and tricks videos a little bit later on the line. I do plan on doing a video where we cover all of the golden chests all in one video, instead of just one or two per episode like I've done in this playthrough. But that will require a whole new save that I'll need to build up to get to that point. So yeah, that pretty much covers everything. But if there's something that I haven't shown that you do want to see, please leave me a comment down below. Let me know. In the meantime, I am probably going to get stuck into the new survival game, the Sengoku Dynasty game, which is a bit of in a samurai setting, where we build and manage a village in the Sengoku period of medieval Japan. But that's going to do it for this episode. So if you did enjoy this episode, please leave me a like or a comment down below. If you'd like to see more, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.